Bangladesh. Did India misread the neighbor, or did the neighbor change faster than India? A different view perspective on intelligence, sentiment, identity, and strategy. This is not just a question of foreign policy failure or intelligence lapse. What is unfolding in Bangladesh is far more complex. It is about emotional sovereignty, national memory, and generational drift, areas where states often lose before they even realize a contest has begun. Indo-Bangladesh relations, a bond born in blood, not trust. India midwifed Bangladesh in 1971, militarily, diplomatically, and morally. But paradoxically, birth does not guarantee lifelong loyalty. In South Asia, gratitude decays faster than grievances. For decades, Indo-Bangladesh relations oscillated between strategic cooperation of 1971 and emotional distance triggered by identity, anxiety, and fear of domination. Bangladesh's nationalism was built on not being Pakistan, but over time, it also needed to assert that it was not India's satellite either. This insecurity was always present, dormant, never absent. India often mistook elite level goodwill for mass level acceptance. The intelligence question: did research and analysis wing miss the mood? Intelligence agencies traditionally track governments, militants, foreign interference, military movements, but sentiments, resentments, and identity politics don't travel in encrypted messages. They travel through campuses, mosque, social media, street humor, and pop culture. Raw likely knew what was happening politically, but underestimated how deeply anti India sentiment had normalized socially, especially among youth who have no emotional memory of 1971. This is not failure of intelligence gathering, it is failure of emotional intelligence. Did inter-service intelligence, ISI of Pakistan, make inroads? Yes, but not alone. The ISI didn't create anti-India sentiment in Bangladesh. It curated it. Pakistan's playbook has been simple: reinforce narratives of Indian arrogance, frame India as a cultural bully, use religion where nationalism alone failed. But the real multiplier has been China, offering money without lectures, infrastructure without ideology, and strategic comfort against Indian dominance. So, this is not ISI versus Raw. This is narrative warfare, and India entered it late. Cricket as a political barometer. When Indian cricket teams were treated poorly on Bangladesh tours, hostile crowds, inflammatory slogans, it was dismissed as sports rivalry. This was a mistake. In South Asia, cricket crowds are emotionally truth serum. They reveal what polite diplomacy hides. Those stadiums were warning signs, not aberrations. Sheikh Hasina's asylum, was it a shield or a shackle? Sheikh Hasina has been India's strongest ally in Dhaka. Offering asylum was morally consistent, but strategically ambiguous. Inside Bangladesh, this has reinforced claims that she was India's candidate, allowed opposition forces to externalize domestic anger towards India, given space to anti India narratives without India even speaking. India is now seen, unfairly but powerfully, as choosing sides, not respecting sovereignty. Perception matters more than intent. The Hindu killings, what do they signal? The recent killings of Hindus in Bangladesh are not random violence. They indicate a shrinking space for pluralism, political use of religious identity, a test of how far intolerance can go without international pushback. For India, This is a moral and strategic dilemma. If India speaks up, it is accused of interference. If India stays silent, it is accused of abandonment. Either way, India loses narrative ground unless it reframes the issue as human rights, not religious politics. Bangladesh is renegotiating its identity. Bangladesh today is not asking, how close should we be to India? It is asking, who are we without India? This is the hardest phase of any bilateral relationship. When a smaller neighbor seeks psychological independence, India failed not because it acted wrongly, but because it assumed history would do the heavy lifting. History doesn't trend automatically. How India now regains strategic balance, not control. India should abandon the idea of control. Influence today is earned, not enforced. Strategically reduce visibility, increase indispensability, focus on connectivity, energy, trade, not statements. Diplomatically, engage opposition parties quietly, diversify political relationships beyond one leader, avoid emotional responses to provocations. Politically, speak the language of shared prosperity, not shared past. Let Bangladesh lead publicly, support privately. Narratively, invest in cultural diplomacy, education exchanges, media presence, counter propaganda with stories, not press releases. India did not lose Bangladesh. Bangladesh outgrew the old equation, and India was slow to update the terms. This moment is not a collapse, it is a reset opportunity. India will have to accept one uncomfortable truth. Neighbors don't want guardians, they want partners who don't remind them who helped whom. If India learns this lesson, Bangladesh may drift, but it won't defect. And in geopolitics, that difference is everything.